Okay guys, so as you can see, it's a cold, dreary, wet day. And I figured today was just an opportunity for me to do a little bit of things that I kind of been putting off. I also wanted to make sure that I am bringing you guys along for some of my maintenance and care and just overall things that I do to make sure that my plants are thriving. And I just wanted to bring you guys along. Yeah, so this is just like one of those impromptu videos where I'm just doing some chores. And if you happen to have some planty things that you need to get off your list, I recommend we can do them together. But hi, for those of y'all who may not know who I am, my name is Pam. Welcome to this beautiful plant community and welcome to this channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, so the first thing that I've been putting off consistently has really been this, what is this? The Snow Queen Pothos. She's not really, she doesn't look bad. She needs a good drink. And that's kind of why her leaves look is a little bit droopy and everything like that. But I've noticed that I've had to water her too often. So I know I've had her in this pot for about 2 years now, and it's just time for me to up pot her. I was avoiding doing that, and I don't know why. Sometimes I can procrastinate, and that's okay. So I have a little bit of mixture I just put in here because I didn't feel like bringing the big tub in here, if that makes sense. And I'm just going to put her in this bigger terracotta pot. So yeah, let me put my little shear thing at the bottom. And I'll just add a little bit of soil. I haven't watered her, which is a reason why she looks droopy, because I knew that I had to do this and I didn't want to, like I said, water her before potting her up. So this is my little tray I use for a lot of things. Today we're going to be using it for me to swap out the plant. And let's see. Hopefully I can push it out. Yeah, I think some of roots was coming out. It's not as root bound, but I guess she could do for a little bit of refresh. Let's see if I can. Let's see. Come on. Y'all see that? Just wound up down the bottom. But it's not really that root bound from the sides. I see some roots there. And I'm not going to really disturb the ball. I'm just going to pull back a little bit of the soil from the top just to loosen it up a bit. Yeah, some of the soil, she's just, oh wow. Let me make sure I hold on tight. Some of the soil is just falling off. Let's see. How deep do I want her to be in this pot? And I knew a couple of these leaves was dying off, and I knew that it was because I had put some propagations in the back. And honestly, you guys, I probably wasn't keeping it as moist as I should have while they got, acclimated to the soil, and that's okay. That's actually on me. I take full ownership of that. Yeah, I want to put a little bit more soil in here. Mixing it up. It's just my own mix, guys. I try to make sure that I have a well-draining soil, because let me get that out of there, because I know that I can be really heavy-handed. I may actually have to get a little bit more soil. Let's see. I might just have to. Or I could reuse the soil that I have right here. let's see, maybe as they start to vine, that's where it gets a little challenging for me, trying to actually, you know, I'm going to take a little bit of soil out because I want it to sit a little bit lower in the pot. A little bit lower. So that way the top can be a little bit covered. Then, yeah, I think this will be okay. Okay. I usually have like a little pot or cup that I traditionally use to pour in the sides, but I didn't think to grab that, and so I'll use my hands. I don't mind getting dirty. Are y'all potting up, repotting some plants? It's the perfect time to do it, you know, if you have not. And if you've been putting it off, pause this video and pull the stuff out and we can just do it together and rock it out. I know a lot of people don't be having time, and I get that. Sometimes you gotta try your best to make the time. I really don't mind. So, yeah, I may have to get some more soil. It's so therapeutic for me. I don't know, I just love taking care of my plants. Whenever I can. You know, every once in a while I do get like a little burnout here and there. And I can tell too, child, because I'm telling you, I notice the difference in my plants when I stop. It's so crazy, right? You really don't realize how much you do for your plants. At least for me, I don't really realize how much I do for my plants until I stop. And sometimes it's okay to stop. Yeah, I need to get some more soil, you guys. So, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to get some more soil. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I'm right back. Sorry about that. I need a pen, and I'm going to take one from out of here. I want to show you what I did. What is this? I didn't have any, like, bobby pins or clips or anything like that. So I took paper clips and unfurled it to create, like, a pin down. I had a lot of them laying around, so you improvise, and that's what I did more or less. So what I wanted to do, actually, is let me just, I don't know, all this winging it. Before I add this extra soil, I want to kind of see if I could pin down at least one of these vines. So you try to pin it down, but you don't want to do it too constrained, because it's kind of like cutting off the plant circulation. No different than wearing a pair of pantyhose 2 sizes too small. If anybody can relate to that, it will cut off the circulation, and that just wouldn't be the best thing to do. I think I'm gonna get another one of these pins because I don't even know. Because I'm not using all these. I'm gonna show y'all what I need to do with this one right here. But anyway, let me just pin that. Try to wrap it around. And I just want to pin it down first. And then I can add the soil in. Let's see. To kind of help weigh it down a bit. Let's see. Alright, so I need to this plant is so beautiful, and I noticed the fluctuation of color as the season change, like during the winter time, because you know it's a snow queen pothos, so it's traditionally all white, a minty white. But as the seasons change and the light is changing, I have it hanging up here on this wall behind me, and sometimes throughout the winter time. Oh, oh well. Throughout the winter time, let me pull this out. Is this one too? Throughout the winter time, you'll notice. Yeah, they didn't take. You'll notice that the leaves will get a little greener, and then it'll have to. I'm gonna snap this off. This looks a little yellow. See that? Once they go yellow, they don't come back, so you might as well pull it off. But yeah, I've watched this plant go through the change of color throughout the years. Put this down. So now that we're in the growing season, it'll probably start trying to get a little bit more whiter as it starts receiving a little bit more light. Even here, and even in the sunroom here. Okay, because it's going to hang on the wall, so y'all will never see the back of the balding. Even though sometimes it bothers me, I try to put some propagations there, but as I did, clearly it wasn't getting enough light. So the only way I see me actually successfully doing that is one, if I do decide to cut this plant again, make sure that the roots are extremely robust and extremely long to withstand being back here if I decide to put it back on the wall. Otherwise, if it was just a little bit of root system like the traditional 2 inches, then I would put it right here, but I think I would have to put it at a better light source to help it get acclimated, and then after that I could put it back on the wall. But you know me, sometimes, well, I know myself, sometimes I can be very, I don't have patience sometimes, and sometimes these plants take a hit. So yeah, that looks a little bit better. What I'm gonna do, you guys, is give her a little bit of a little drink, and then we're gonna see. I'll let you know what we're gonna do next. So yeah, so hang tight. Be right back. Okay, so this was the reason, you guys, why I was procrastinating with potting that Pothos Snow Queen, because I knew that I had to switch out this ring. So this ring is only designed to hold a 4-inch planter, particularly my terracotta one, and I really wanted my Snow Queen to still be on this wall because I think it looks beautiful, and the beautiful white plays off with this beautiful sketch that my daughter did. So I do like that look. So I actually went and ordered rings for 6 inches, I think 5 or 6 inches, and I was just procrastinating changing it out, right? So but anyway, I'm gonna do it now because I'm forced to. I should have used my electric drill, you guys, honestly, but I didn't feel like going through the hassle of plugging it up. To me, this just seemed a little bit faster, and I'm not afraid of work. All right. So the cool part about it is it's the same exact ring. So the spacing in between, thank goodness, is going to be the same. So a very easy, yep, just wanted to double check, make sure that these work. Let's see, is shoot. No, it isn't. Well, I stand corrected. Dang. Now I gotta pull out this drill. Didn't want to. I'll be right back, you guys. I really hate this part. As y'all say, no cap. Okay, let's see. Do I have them both up? Luckily for me, this black piece covers these holes, because that would bother me a little bit. I'm just gonna actually. All done. I didn't want to use the drill for the bottom part because the angle is just too hard for me to do. So, yeah. Okay, so this is it. And I gave her a good spray down. I gave her some water. And let's see. And voila. Now, she doesn't look her best because she hasn't had any water. I have to give it a few hours for her to actually perk up, and then this will start sitting up and it'll look full. So I'm going to put everything back, clean up what I need to clean up, and then we can go ahead and do the other things that I wanted to do. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so it took me a little bit longer than I anticipated. I had to help my husband with a couple of things and get cleaned up here a little bit. But we're back, and I just have a couple little things that I wanted to do. And I'm going to start with this right here. This is just a mixture of cuttings that I put in here. It is a Pothos Enjoy mixed with some Snow Queen and, yeah, Snow Queen. And I have these two cuttings right here that I'm putting into this pot. And I hope y'all can see the roots. The roots are really nice and healthy, and this leaf actually has a growth point right there. So I'm just gonna pot them in here just so I can do away with this cute little dollar store jar that I got. And I have this, usually I have like a little chopstick or something, but this is just a little bamboo stick, and I'm just using it to punch my hole in the soil so that I can pot it up or put my cuttings in. I don't want to be too aggressive. There's one time I was so aggressive with trying to get my stem in there, I broke the daggone root right off of the new growth, and I wound up having to throw the entire plant away because I didn't have another node left on the leaf. So, talk about life lessons, right? And these cuttings, I think, because why did I cut it? I had no rhyme or reason as to why I cut the Pothos Enjoy, but I definitely was cutting the plant up here because it was getting long, and I really wanted to make it bushier. That was my thought, my idea, but it didn't work out that way, so we wound up with this pot right here. And let's see. So For the most part, it does sit in here, actually across on the other side, and it's getting some bright indirect light because it is getting covered from the big, huge tree that I have out back. So that's that. This one, let me just start with this. Okay, so this is my, what are you? This is my golden pothos, but I think this is the Hawaiian one. And this is the one that I actually brought from work. What happened? A coworker. Let me pull it out. Yeah. It's still wet, so I don't need to pot it up or anything like that. I just wanted to fix this right here. So I'm gonna take these pin things, these paper clips I was using to hold it down, and I want to take some of these chunky pieces on top out because it wasn't really helping me pin it down or keep it pinned, and I don't think I need this chunk to do it to actually get it in the soil. But this was actually from a coworker, gave me this one vine cutting, you guys, and I had, what did I do? I think I chopped it up. Yep, I chopped it up. I propagated it at the job, and I gave my coworker a couple of cuttings, and I kept a couple of cuttings because the color, let's see, the color on here does not look like my other golden pothos that I actually have trailing down the side of my refrigerator. And yeah, so, and if y'all, I think I put on my community post what my coworker's plant looks like. Hers is way fuller than mine's and more beautiful, in my personal opinion. I don't know if it's because I changed the location. I decided to bring it home because I relocated at another, I'm so sorry. I got distracted, you guys. I was actually looking at this cardinal that was on my deck. It was just so pretty and bright and vibrant. But anyway, they had relocated me, and so I had to move all my things. And honestly, I didn't even feel like just taking this in travel. I already have a, what is it? A baby red emerald philodendron at my desk, along with a spider plant cutting that a coworker of mine gave to me, and I just decided to root it, and I just recently pot that up in a very small planter that's sitting near at a window near where my cubicle is, you might as well say, and the orchid, I believe, that I have, that my friend slash coworker, she knows I love plants. And she was about to, which was a gift, so crazy. It was a gift that was given to her, but she's one of them things like, you give it to me, I do appreciate it, but give it week 3, week 4, week 5. Yeah, I'm over it. So she was like, Pam, you want to take this plant because I'm about to throw it in the trash. You know, I gasped, child. I was like, oh, no, you won't throw that in the trash. You better give it to me, girl. Stop playing these games. So yeah, so that one is just actually just chilling at work with me because I'm actually trying to figure, I don't have orchids in my home, so I don't know much about them, but it is interesting to learn about them, and I'm kind of learning about them at the job. I want to just take a look at what their growth pattern is like, what they like, and things of that nature. So I think that would be a good place. I need to pin, let's see. And I'm pinning it because I want it to look fuller than what it has been looking. I mean, it looked nice with the one trail, but I you know me, I guess aesthetics, but also too, I'm just trying to find out or come up with the best, healthiest way to grow this plant. Trying to be careful because usually when I do this, you guys, and I don't want to jinx myself, let me just keep my mouth shut real quick before I even say what I'm about to say. I'm going to try to do what I do, and then I'll talk about what. I think I'm going to put a little bit of soil on top. Also, too, to weigh it down a little bit. And to also give it a chance. Hopefully, yeah, let me give it a little bit. I'll feel better if I put something on top a little bit. Because as you can see, it is very well watered. It do have a little bit of roots coming out of the bottom. But this is nowhere near being root bound. Yeah, I'm just going to put a little bit of soil at the top. Just to give myself peace of mind. Let's see. Also to help weigh it down a bit too, because sometimes I'll be putting these pins in and I guess I don't push them. I'm too afraid. I don't want to choke the plant. So I push them down, but I really don't be using that much force and ensuring that it is pushed down firmly enough, I think. And I don't want to do that. I feel like I need one more, but I don't have one more. So, which is fine. I'm just going to. It's okay. I actually had this sitting, well, not sitting, but actually hanging in my bedroom. I swapped it out with, what did I move from over there? Guys, honestly, what did I move from over there? I can't remember the plant I swapped it out with, but I had put this in my bedroom. But what I'm going to do for now, especially since we're in the growing season, I'm going to find a spot in here because I want it to settle first, and then I will try to put her back. It didn't come with this. This came with another plant, and it has a lining in it, which is cool, but I just put my plant in here. I had it, like I said, in a macrame pot, but they're beautiful. I mean, can't go wrong with a golden pothos, in my opinion. And, like I said, less says more. Okay, so two other last things I have to do. Before I jump into that, subscribe. Please subscribe to this channel. It helps me out tremendously, and I appreciate the support. Now, so I want to share with you, I don't know if I shared this with you or not. See this? Isn't this a beautiful pot? I have several others of these pots. I think I brought two of these. They're all shaped like this, but just in a different like design. And I mean, the texture on here is amazing right here because it's just, I don't know. I love the color. Y'all know I'm into the natural woods and things of that nature. So I really appreciate this pot. This pot I got from Ace. A little bit more pricier than my traditional pot purchases, I would say. But I think, what was it, $12? And I know for some of y'all, it'll be like, oh, that's not really expensive for a pot. No, it's not. But I do a lot of thrifting and decorating pots and things like that. So $12, maybe a little bit pricey if you're used to buying things for like two, if that makes sense. But anyway, I have these right here. And I think I shared with you. So I started my tetrasperma all over. This is pretty much what I'm left with. I think I have two other cuttings. It hasn't rooted. So, but I am going to just go ahead and pot this up because the roots are long and I just want to pot it up. And the other one is my Bonnie spider plant. I moved my Bonnie spider plant out of here. I'm about to show you her in a few minutes. But let's look. So, let's separate it. So look at this. It's definitely time for me to pot her up. I don't want her to turn into water roots. So I'm just going to pot her up and just be done with it. This right here, I'm going to, look at that. Y'all see that root system? So I'm actually going to pot her back in the mother pot plant because the middle part of the plant is there's no plant in the middle. So I really want her to be full. And plus the pot is huge, so I don't really need another one per se. But let me just pot the tetrasperma up first. And I'm going to put her in this little planter thingamajiggy. It has a drainage hole, so cool part about it comes with its own little, I don't know what screen. And I try to make sure I have a chunky mix. I'll probably put these barks in here to make sure, because I don't know what kind of material this is. I don't know if it's porous, but I know it has a drainage hole, but still I'd rather be safe than sorry, right? And another cool feature, which I just noticed by picking her up, is not only is she beautifully rooted and she has 2 leaves, but you see right there is another little growth point right there. So excited about that. So she should be sprouting up in no time. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so I think by the time this video goes out, you guys would have already seen the plants that I put outside. And I'm so happy about doing that. It's just so beautiful to me. I really, the only downside to it, I guess, I don't know how much I wish for it or not, but I really wish I lived in a place where winters weren't at least harsh, so I could have that outdoor look all year long. Oh man, that would be dreamy. But then I don't know, because I really do appreciate winters. I'm not a person that really enjoys being hot. For me, it's like, I don't know, my thought process with that is it's easier to put clothes on when you're cold as opposed to taking clothes off when you're hot, if that makes sense. So, let's see. I don't want to put her all the way. And I'm trying to make sure that growth point 2 is sticking out so it can have room. And there she go. She doesn't look much, but she pairs very well with that beautiful dark green and this light colored planter with the play on the black. I think is very beautiful, very natural, and voila. Beautiful home decor. Now, last thing, and because I always save my leca balls, you guys, because you can always reuse them. My leca and my perlite for sure. Okay, let me put this down for now. And we really don't need this anymore. Let me just dump this out. Bring my girl Bonnie up here. Had to make sure this camera doesn't cut off. Okay, so here's Bonnie. She's getting a little heavy, as y'all can see. She looks full from sides, but if you was to actually look over top of her a bit, she is a little thin up in this area. So what I'm gonna do, actually before I put this piece in there, so I wanna, let's see, cut some of these crispy leaves off first. So I moved out of the sunroom because I noticed not only was I watering her a lot, but I had her up against this window. It was southeast, southwest. uh, south something directional window. Okay, guys, so I was talking away, and I think my camera might have shut off. I don't know why. So I'm kind of like looking. That's weird. But anyway, I don't know what you've seen and where I left off at. So I'm just going to kind of uh, just talk, basically. So I was in the process of actually just trimming off some of the dead leaves or brown leaves, brown tips, before I actually pot the baby up. So thank goodness I noticed that with the camera before I actually did that, because I could have just been cutting and talking and never would have known. Occupational hazard. But what was I going to say? I was actually talking about just the color of plants. Like, I know we want the best for our plants, and sometimes we think giving them a lot of light is the best thing. Depending on the plant, yes. But some plants, no. And I had her so close to this directional window here, this south facing window, till the leaves, I don't know, she was not as green as what I love. I really appreciate foliage, of course, hence my channel name. So I like the greens. Sometimes a pale green or yellow is fine on some plants, but I just don't, for me, I just aesthetically, I just don't want it on all my plants. And so she was starting to not be green anymore. She was too light. And I don't mean just the light in the sense of, okay, she needs a drink. She was like light, where she was getting like that nasty looking bleach look. I really don't like. It depends. But for this one, I don't want the bleach look. So I took her out of here. And I don't know if I'm going to keep her where I have her, because I brought her in my bedroom. And I do believe the spider plants are good plants to have in your bedroom, as luck would have it. I did also, when I brought her in my bedroom, I changed the soil a bit. So I left her in her original planter, because I don't really want to take her out and put her in another planter unless by chance she really starts declining. Then I'm going to have to put her in I don't know if this is an 8-inch planter already, but I'm going to try to keep her in this size pot as long as possible. And maybe at best, if need be, just give her fresh soil. But I think I'm going to let me see, am I able to? Because this soil is something else. So I use this to open it up. I hate doing it like this sometimes because it feels like I'm crushing roots. I try my best not to break roots, but sometimes when you have a plant that has that fine root system, the roots are really all throughout the pot, more than we think, and you're going to break roots or two, or a few. So, I guess that's part of the territory. I don't know if it's hurting you, Bonnie, but I do apologize. Sometimes you gotta talk to your plants. We don't know what our plants are feeling. We know when they have fits, when all their leaves shred and we can't figure out what's going on and they all pest infested. Get on my nerves when they do that, but I try my best to make sure we don't come at the crossroads. This is so beautiful though, isn't it? Oh my goodness. And it's so full just for it to be one. This would really, But I need to start decreasing my plants, not increasing, by propagations. Maybe I need to start, I don't know, selling some plants, I don't know, like Facebook Marketplace or something, just to clear out some of my inventory here. I've been thinking about that. I have mixed feelings about that. I just gotta, mixed feelings. Let me know, do y'all sell on a Facebook Marketplace? Like, seriously, like, Would you categorize, I mean, in today's climate, honestly, would you categorize it as being safe? Share your thoughts with me about that. I'm really interested. You know, I know sometimes I can be a little bit too. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing because I'm a black female, so it's not a bad thing at all. Sometimes, you know, I think maybe I could be a little bit too cautious, but I believe if I probably ask my husband, he probably think I'm not cautious enough. But but yeah, y'all let me know your thoughts on it. I'm interested to hear. I'm trying to get her in here because get them roots in there, girl. Just like, all right. I don't know. I almost want to like. She's starting to get heavy too, so I'm gonna have to. I don't even know. I think even when I water her, I'm gonna have to like let her dry out completely before I hang her in my bedroom, because I actually have her hanging off of those pegs up in the ceiling. I mean, I have a lot of my plants that's hanging like that, and non-plastic pots at that, but still, they're not as big as this plant. And this plant got some weight on it. Like, I don't know, but I put her right in the middle, so hopefully she'll grow out and she'll start shooting out. But that completes my chores. Hopefully y'all got some things done. I'm super glad that I did take this opportunity. Like I said, it was a dreary day. I could have did some shopping, but I don't feel like driving in this mess. So I'm just staying in the house having me a hot cup of coffee, possibly some warm tea, and I'll snuggle up, probably watch a good movie a little bit later and just make a relaxing day, because I do a lot of running around and not sitting down and not, I really do. I have a lot on my plate. But needless to say, this is the end. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Let me know what your plant chores are, what you need to do, what you have done, and if you worked any chores with me, that would be kind of cool. So keep in mind, you guys, if you love foliage as much as I do and you love listening to planty things, definitely subscribe to this channel. If you have not, please do so. Push those thumbs up. You guys, I want to say thank you, because I have noticed you guys have been pushing those thumbs up. And we could still do more, but I do thank you guys who are remembering to do that, because it has been getting me into the lives of other people. It's been giving me the opportunity to converse with new people and just grow this plant community with you. And everything that I'm doing, you guys, I really could not do without you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, y'all just enjoy your day wherever you are in the world. Much love, you guys. Bye.